Hi, I'm Tom, founder of Mastering the Mix, and I'm here today with Plugin Boutique to show you our latest plugin, Faster Master, which we created in collaboration with David Guetta and Nicky Romero to help you get a great master in just a few clicks. Let's have a look. Let's dive into how to use Faster Master on this pop electronic track here. So I've looped the loudest section of the track, and I'm gonna play it and click Analyze. So Faster Master is going to get the data of the tonal balance, the stereo field, the transients, the loudness, all of these things. And it's going to give me 10 smart presets that will give me a great starting point to get me in the vibe. So I can quickly flick through some ideas and see where we're at. So it says the levels will change by 7.7 decibels. So you want to turn down your monitors and let's hear it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first couple, and I'm gonna hit bypass. Everything is level matched so I can make good decisions, and we'll see which preset from these smart presets here. So smart presets, and I have 10 to begin with. These are the ones that Faster Master think will work best. I can dive into the individual genres here as well, but let's start with the smart presets because they are great. So I'm going to hit bypass and have a listen to see which one I think sounds best.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, baby you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love and every night, and when you see the stars so bright.
I quite like smooth and silky. Let's see how that compares to the original mix before anything went through Faster Master.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me.
That has already got me in the zone. I feel like it's brought about a lot more clarity and given me a really solid starting point to initiate the rest of the mastering phase. The most important thing to know about Faster Master is everything is level matched. So every single node movement I change here in the EQ, in the transients, compression, stereo, everything is level matched. I'll show you how it works here.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me.
So I have just changed the low end massively, but it's boosted the low end and calculated how much reduction I need to maintain a consistent level, which means I'm making decisions based on the sound, not in the change of loudness. This is super important. So just jumping ahead here, if I go into limit, I've set this at -6 LUFS short term, which is in the loud section, right? So the volume will always be, if I bounce this out now, it'll always be -6 LUFS short term maximum. And you can change this to whatever you prefer. -5 if you want to go super loud, -7, and then -8, -9, or -10 if you're more interested in streaming. -6 is really good for competitive loudness that works in the club, and a lot of the vast majority of music that goes online is mastered at this level, -6 LUFS short term max during the loudest section. So as I said, I make any changes here and we maintain that loudness always. So this is really useful. Having it all in one like this means that you don't have to, go to your EQ and then come back to your limiter and readjust, then go into your stereo and come back and readjust like you would in a normal chain. So let's say I want to go back to the preset that I had there. I'll click reapply preset and it goes back to where it was before. Let's have a look and see if we want to tweak anything.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of.
It's made it very bright, which I like in the context here. But maybe the transients are a bit much. So let's have a look at bringing those down.
The galaxies collide, causing us to fall in love. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars.
You can hear this is one of the really interesting things about messing with transients, and something that we discovered when we were developing this plugin. Level matching when it comes to transients, we were using other tools to see how they were dealing with transients. And when you level match things, you actually find that there's not a lot going on. So much in the transient design was the loudness itself. So it's very difficult to make a good decision. And it forced us to make a transient module that has a really clear and obvious effect on the audio without messing it up. Let's have a look at when I bring these two extremes of less punch and more punch. Again, it's level match, so you can make a really good informed decision.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, baby, you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love every night, and when you see the stars so bright.
There's a big difference there, and it really takes control of the transients, and again, level matched in real time. Perfect. So I'm going to do some bypassing here to have a listen to how I think this has changed the sound.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me.
I actually missed the punch now that it's gone, so we can just put that back to where it was. I think I like that there.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon is
Going into compression, super straightforward here. You just have off, light, dynamic, and tight. Everything else is done in the background. We're just focusing on what does it sound like? And the more compression you add, the more glue you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel everything kind of come together a bit more. Again, everything is level matched, so you have to really pay attention to the sound to hear the difference.
intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love every night, and when you see the stars so bright.
So the section bypass here in the top left, it allows you to bypass the individual section just to hear what that individual section is doing to the overall sound.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see.
I prefer it a little bit more open, to let it breathe a bit more, but it's nice because I can hear the kind of the low end and the low mids kind of gluing together a bit more there.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me.
That adds the cohesion, which I like. So up here we have the low pass filter, and this is a sidechain filter that gets rid of everything below 250 hertz in the input signal, which means that the compressor doesn't overreact to the low end, which can cause some pumping effects. So this is great if you want to keep things nice and open and dynamic and kind of reduce the pumping. If you want to glue things more together, you can turn it off.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming.
I think I like it on. Okay, so moving on to the stereo section here. So here we have 4 bands. Low end, which is 20 hertz to 150 hertz. Low mid, 150 to 600. And then we've got 600 hertz to 3 kilohertz, and then 3 kilohertz and above. So here you can see these lines here. Anything this way is less, so -8 decibels, and anything going up is more. So you can see this square here is plus, this is minus. So this is kind of how you're shaping your stereo spread here. I'm gonna just mess around with it so you can hear how it sounds.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love every night, and when you see the stars so bright.
So you have full control there. It's really non-destructive, so we're not introducing any phase distortion or transient smearing with the way that we do the stereo spread here. Really nice way to control the stereo spread. And again, everything's level matched. So I quite like what the preset had done in the first place here. I don't want to click reapply preset because I've already made some changes in the transients compression. So leave it that as it is. And now let's move on to limit. So as I described before, we're at -6, which is the default. You can change the default here. You can go limiter default output LUFS, and you can change that to whichever you prefer if you're always optimizing for streaming, for example, or you want to just edge off, or you want to go super loud and shoot for -5. These are things that you can set for yourself here. I like going for -6 because I work on a lot of pop records, electronic music records, and people want the competitive loudness without pushing it too far. So the -6 level nails that. So we've got a couple of nice features here. This little white line here monitors the real-time short-term loudness. So you can see how close you are. There'll be a point in this track somewhere where this wants to push all the way up to -6. So that's helpful. So I can see I'm kind of going between -6 and -7. Great. What else do we have here? So we've got the output. You can select your output. If I want to go for -1, I can do that, -0.2. And then here we have true peak limiting. So just click dB, switches to true peak limiting. And that just means that the peaks, when they are heard through analog sound systems, they're not going to be distorting as the file converts from digital to analog. There's a discussion about this as to which is the best approach. True peak is great if you want to have a really clean final listening experience for your in great listening environments, or you want to reduce the kind of distortion that happens on consumer electronics like laptop speakers, phone speakers, whatever, and leaving some headroom. If you want your track to be super punchy and all of the transients to poke through as much as possible, then turning it off, it can give more dynamic and punchy results. So that's a personal preference for you. We have it off by default. Drive introduces harmonic distortion, which makes your track feel like it has more perceived loudness. It introduces richness. Again, this is perfectly level matched, so you're not fooled by the change in loudness. It's just the harmonic distortion being injected into your track, giving it that lift. You can bypass the limit section so that you can use Faster Master for faster mixes. If I bypass it, the drive will also be bypassed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this to the B section here, and I can go back and forth. And what I'm going to do is drive it up in B and then go back to A to see how it compares.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love every night, and when you see the stars so bright. The galaxies collide, causing us to fall in love.
So you can hear in the low end and the low mids that richness. It just feels thicker, and it feels, again, you get that kind of increased sense of perceived loudness, but the loudness has been perfectly maintained. Have another listen.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see.
What do I think? I think it sounds cool. It sounds a bit empty without it now, but I don't think I'd have it all the way.
Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Intergalactic love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. The moon and stars you see, maybe you're the one for me. Galactic love every night.
To recap, it really is about finding a quick, smart preset that works for you and you like that initial starting point, and then just going through the individual sections, tweaking a few things here and there, tweaking the transients, compression, stereo. It's so fast. Choosing the amount of drive and the loudness, and it's done. It is very straightforward. It keeps you honest. Everything is level matched, so when you bypass things, you really know what's going on. So that is how to use Faster Master in a nutshell.